Hey, what's up, guys? Today I'm working on the Mojave. Found a few issues with the differential and stuff, so I decided to tear into it. Let me turn you around here and I'll show you what I'm finding so far. So I've got, everything kind of tore apart here. Here's the top half of the differential. As you can see, it's really nasty, the case or whatever, not the actual differential. Here's the bottom of the case, and I have yet to get this set screw off the shaft here. I may leave it. The bearing actually doesn't feel too bad, and I think I can get the sheath also off on this side to re-oil it. But yeah, guys, look how nasty that is in there. The stuff over here on the side here, I don't think it's supposed to be there, and it's hard. I can't even get it off. It's almost like the plastic melted. So I need to get it all cleaned up first, and then I can get an actual good look at it and see what it needs, what it doesn't need, and go from there. Now, what prompted all this was the actual differential. And as you can see, I've got it tore apart. Um, Let me show you what it was doing. Now, I can't really put it all back together and show you because I've got it all pulled apart. But basically, this little race or collar or whatever you want to call it fits down inside here, like so. But I think you put it on the other side or whatever. And then you have your piece that goes on there, output cup or whatever hell they call these things. And basically, what it was doing was I would grab it and it would move around almost that much. And of course, it was causing everything to leak everywhere, all over the truck. So I figured, okay, well, something's blown in a diff or whatever. I have not found any planetary gears, sun gears, any of that stuff that's actually bad. Even these bearings, besides the fact of needing a little bit of attention, they're fine. Um, so everything looks good for the most part. But this is why a lot of guys do not like the plastic housings because they give a lot of flex. And with this truck here, I now have 8S power, which it was only designed for 6S. So I'm putting a lot more power through these. Eventually, I will upgrade to metal ones. But I have another plastic one that I'm going to stick in there. It's just laying around. I've had it forever. It's a 6S one, and it's already got 10K in it, which is what I wanted to put in this truck. I don't want it real tight because the looser it is, I feel like the longer it might last. So I don't know, maybe I'm just crazy, but whatever. But if you look real closely on here, you can start to see. Let me see if I can get something in here to show you. Get a little bit of light on there. Maybe that'll help. Over here, let's see. Right in this area here, you'll start to see where that top part is wore down. Let me see if I can get it pulled up to where you can see it. It's a little bit better. In person, it's a lot easier to see, but it's starting to oblong itself. So the circle is becoming, there's a little bit better view. See how it's starting to kind of like open up a little bit? So I think what it's trying to do is trying to wear out and open up more. I originally was going to rebuild this this differential, but I don't see any sense in it now. So I'm probably just going to clean everything up, put it in a bag, and once I get a metal piece here, which I don't know that you can buy these separately, it would be really nice if you could, because that's honestly all I need. Even my gasket is good. So I really only need the body portion of the differential. And I'd like to have a metal one. So, but I don't know that you could find those. So we'll look for those and see what we can find. And I do want to get some new. If I do rebuild this is the only thing I want to add to it. Whatever these are called, output cup pieces, drives, whatever the hell they are. These pieces here are starting to, as you can tell, they're starting to kind of like cone out a little bit. Not terrible. I mean, these things do take a pretty good beating. But I think I want to replace those just to be safe. The internals, though, I mean, all the gears and stuff, they look fantastic. It had plenty of fluid when I opened it up, so, you know, that was a good thing. I have not been into the front one yet because the front one honestly feels better than the back. So I don't think that it's had any issues yet. But honestly, all of these are probably most likely going to get a metal differential to begin with. The center, I'm probably going to do something like either a spool, which I already have up there, or maybe I will buy a center diff that has a metal case on that one as well. I don't know yet. We're just taking it one piece at a time. This truck is amazing, but when I put this much power on it, obviously there's going to be issues, which is what I'm trying to work through. And the reason I'm only doing them one at a time is because I want to see what fails, what doesn't fail, what works, what doesn't work. So if I do it slowly, in my mind, it just makes better sense, so I can understand what's going on, where the power is coming from, where it's ending up, some of the stress points of the truck, that kind of thing. So that's important to me, to actually learn where that's at on this truck. Every truck's different. And the more I know about the truck, the more I'll know what I want to upgrade and change out, or even leave plastic. I'm a huge fan of plastic. Anybody that knows me knows that I love the plastic. Even this guy right here, you know, I'm not, you know, against using plastic differential cases. This does eventually happen, but I think at a certain power level, you're almost required to kind of step it up, which I think is where this thing might be. So I'm going to try the one that I already have laying around here, because, you know, I just had it laying around on my parts, and we'll see where that goes. And then from there, if it breaks, I will definitely be replacing with a metal one. But in the meantime, I'm going to look for like a body, a case or whatever that's metal that I can put all this in. Maybe they make it, maybe they don't. I do not know, but we'll be figuring that out. So, okay, the differential is back together into the housing, and these plastic housings hold up pretty good until you put a lot of power on it, like I'm trying to do now. It may or may not hold up. I have faith in it though. I haven't had any real issues. It's not like I'm going to 12S or 16. It's only 8S. That's only 2S more than what the truck is rated for, so it should be okay. We'll just have to kind of see. I've got some of my favorite grease in there. I like this red marine grease stuff. I think it holds up really well. It holds up great to heat and everything as well, so I'm going to give that a shot. And I've put some new Loctite on the set screw, grub screw, whatever that goes inside here. So it should be, you know, another pain in the ass to get off next time. But that's okay. I'll cut the damn thing off if I have to. It doesn't matter. But yeah, this thing is going to be ready to rock and roll here soon. Next time I get to it, I'll just get everything back together here. All I got to do is seat this in to the bottom there, attach it to the chassis, hook everything back up, and screw in all my screws, ready to rock and roll. Maybe 20 minutes worth of work here, and then I'll get it out and see how well she does. I'm hoping that was some of the reason that the thing kind of felt a little funny when I drove it. It almost felt like something was wrong, like kind of hard to describe. Like it wouldn't pull certain directions or anything like that. It felt sluggish sometimes, but then other times it felt like it had too much power. And I'm hoping that was what it was. So we'll find out. We'll see. Yeah, can't wait to get this thing back out, get it back together, and have some fun with it. This has been an interesting little build. I do have to say I've really enjoyed myself bringing it up to 8S. There's a lot of things to figure out here, and it's challenging. It really is, but it's been fun getting this far. So I'm hoping I can get it all worked out. You know, I'm not very far now, and then I'd have a nice little 8S ripper in the yard. So that's kind of what my goal is, guys. It's a short little video, but I just kind of wanted to show you what I'm working on here. I've got so many things that's going on. I thought about not filming half the stuff, but you know, some of these people were interested to watch my channel, so I wanted to make sure that I at least brought things to your attention so you know what I'm doing, how I'm doing it. Maybe it'll help you on your build. Maybe you just want to see it, whatever. So I figured, what the hell? I'll go ahead and put it all together here for you guys. I got so many of these little projects like this. I hope I get to everything before the winter's over, because when the summertime gets here, I get super busy and my schedule gets really tight. So I can still do things, but it's not as easy to tear apart something or whatever. It might sit on my bench for 3 or 4 days before I even get a chance to look at it. So hopefully I get all this stuff done before the winter's over. At least that's the plan. I still got a couple engines to rebuild the top heads in and stuff like that on the bigger cars down there. But you know, we'll see how that goes. I still got this guy here. I am getting a what I got coming in for that. I got a new pipe coming in for that, because the cage system that I had bought doesn't fit the current pipe. So I'm changing the pipe. Instead of changing the cage system, because I really like it, I'm just going to change the pipe. See how that does. It's got a 2-speed in it now. I still need to tinker with it and make sure that it shifts properly and all that jazz. So it was shifting before. It sounded like maybe it was a little bit early. I don't know. I just have to play around with it. I've got tires to put on the big guy back there, the Baja Kraken thing. Got tires to put on that. New top head to put on the 5T, but I might not do it until this one fails. So, you know, it's just going to be a trial and error kind of thing. So let me know what you think. If you've had an experience with this, I'd really like to know. So I appreciate it, guys. Thank you for watching. And again, I got a ton of these little videos coming up here, so hopefully you guys enjoy it.